Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to 5 Questions With. Last week we had some amazing guests on the show, and boy, did we deep dive into their worlds. But here's the best part. We also uncovered their fun and playful sides. Our host, Scott Fullerton, has a treat for you today. You see, 5 Questions isn't just about serious stuff. We like to keep it light and quirky too. We ask questions that let our guests show their wonderfully unique and playful sides. Imagine this. What would they do if they woke up as a squirrel one day? Or what's their favorite ice cream flavor that describes their personality? It's all about bringing out their hidden quirks and having a blast along the way. We believe that even the most successful and accomplished individuals have a fun side, and we're here to celebrate that. So get ready to witness the fun and playful side of our extraordinary guests. You'll laugh, you'll smile, and you might just discover a thing or two about them that you never knew. So sit back, grab a drink, and get ready for the show.
Alrighty, guys, if it's Tuesday, it's time for another 5 Questions With, and back in studio with me today, just had a fantastic interview with the writers and directors of Ganymede. We have Mr. Colby, Holt, and Sam Probst back with us. Guys, how we doing?
We're doing wonderful, especially chatting with you, Scott. Thank you.
Fantastic conversation. If you missed our story, go ahead and check the link below. We had a great talk last week all about this new movie. It's a must-see in my book. You guys ready to get a little silly, play some 5 questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Be silly gooses.
All right, let's do it. Question number 1. Your movie Ganymede has a mythological basis we talked about in the interview, boy toy of Zeus himself, as I said. If you could have a godlike power like Zeus's lightning or Poseidon's water or Apollo's ability to fly, what would your power like? What's your superpower you want to have?
I'll let you go first, Colby.
Okay, if I were to have a superpower, I think, let's say flight. I know that's kind of like basic, but like that would be great. I don't want to like hear other people's thoughts or be invisible or like do anything like that. So like just straight up flying would be cool.
And I would probably say time traveling. I think it's fun to be able to possibly just be like, oh, I'd love to see a world that I never saw, but I hear and read about in history.
Yeah, that scares me too.
Yeah, maybe that's fair.
I love that. And after going on Spirit to Vegas a while back, I agree with the flight thing.
There you go.
Ever again. All right, question number 2. What's maybe the most embarrassing song on your playlist that you just can't help falling in love with?
Oh, funny. I'll tell you this. So I used to say that my most embarrassing songs on my playlist were music by Britney Spears, but that was the closeted me that used to say that. But if you looked at my playlist back then, you wouldn't see the title Britney Spears. You'd see the music artist Uther Melky, because I was so embarrassed I literally changed her name to a different one in case people looked at my iPod and were like, who's Uther Melky? And be like, just some DJ, don't worry about it. But now I love her, as she's like, I mean, I always have loved her, but now I like proudly outly love her. And I just like, she's my favorite music artist. I think she's an amazing person. And that's my answer.
Yeah, for me, I've had some yacht rock on play, and the song Sailing by Christopher Cross from 1979 has been funny. Really playing. And it's kind of that light rock. I'm literally on a boat or so. Yeah, the song is Sailing, so I mean yacht rock goes along with it. But yeah, I'd say that.
I love that. I hate to admit, but I bill myself as a bear of a certain age. I remember when it first came out, so
it's a good song. It's a beautiful song.
It rolls. It rocks. I like it. All right. Next question here. If you could create a new holiday that everyone had to celebrate, what would it be called, and how would you celebrate it?
Oh, wow. Okay. I feel like, oh, wow, that is such a good question. Okay. Maybe a compliment day. Everyone has to say one nice thing to every person they encounter that day. And maybe if they go the extra mile, they'll like send some sort of compliment to someone that like they typically wouldn't send it to. That's, I think, the first off the top of the head answer I would give you. So
I love that.
Okay, good.
I said it once.
Pressure, Colby. That was a good answer. A little pressure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I would call it Silly Goose Day, where on that day you're required to only be silly. Nothing serious, no serious conversations, no serious work, only silliness and good things. Yeah. So Silly Goose Day.
We need those. Good answer, both of you. All right. So imagine the zombie apocalypse comes. Who's going to be the better survivor, and what tools do you want to bring with you?
God, I can already tell you Colby would be the better survivor out of
Well,
the
we're
best.
both surviving.
Well,
And I
but
would
we will
make sure.
survive because Colby is much more vigilant about this stuff than I am. Like, I'll just be like, oh, it's fine. But he
AKA
like
paranoid.
yeah, I mean, he's not a doomsday prepper, but you would
No.
be taking things much more seriously than I would probably.
I would have been tracking this from a little ways out and would have our, our go bag packed and ready to go.
Which is what happened with the pandemic. Like Colby already was aware, like weeks before quarantine happened, that I was going to hit America and that it was going to be this thing that we probably were going to have to be locked down for. And I was like, it'll be fine. So like, I think if the zombie apocalypse was a couple weeks ahead somewhere else, he'd probably be able to track it ahead of me. So that's what I'll say.
Just pay careful attention to the news, and it's
like
all
that.
there.
Boy Scout tendencies coming through, Colby. I like that a lot. Be prepared, the motto. All right, and question number 5, final question. You're creating your next film, so tell me who each of your dream role for the lead actor, lead actress, and if someone's going to write the score or theme song, who would you like it to be?
Okay. Because I said I love Britney Spears so much, maybe I'd say the lead actress would be Britney Spears playing the role of Britney Spears with music by Britney Spears would be my answer for all of this.
I love that.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. I mean, who would I like to work with? Sharon Stone. I love Sharon Stone.
Yeah, she's
I've
amazing.
got something in mind for her, and I'm gonna hopefully manifest it.
Yeah, put it out there.
She's just so lovely.
Yeah.
I love that. What about actor and a singer that you'd like to have?
Duh, actor and singer. Okay. If it can be anybody, I don't know. Do they have to be living?
No.
Okay, I'd love for a film to be scored by Stelvio Cipriani, who's an Italian film composer who's I've been very inspired by his music. And then let's see, actor. How about the great Willem Dafoe? I don't know what the role would be, but I think he's wonderful.
Yeah, maybe I'd say Patrick Wilson just because he was like my first like of you having a crush on a Hollywood actor. He was like one of the earlier ones for me that was like, am I gay? So like that probably Patrick Wilson.
I like it. Well, Colby and Sam, you finished 5 questions. Congratulations, my friends.
Oh, wow.
Please remind everyone where they can find your great movie on social media and where it's streaming on demand everywhere.
Yeah, at Ganymede _movie on social, and then it's streaming currently on Apple TV Plus it's for VOD purchase and rental on Apple TV Plus, on Amazon Prime, Fandango, wherever you find your
local
movies.
cable provider, probably on your VOD.
Yeah, so if you want to watch it, rent it, whatever, we're out there. So thank you for putting the word out there about it. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Scott.
Yeah.
It is my pleasure. Stay on the line for me, guys. Be sure to see Ganymede the movie. It is absolutely an amazing thriller, horror, very much great LGBTQ themes. Thanks so much for being on Left of Straight Show, guys. 5 questions. We'll see you next week, because if it's Tuesday, it's always 5 questions away. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. Take care, Scott.
All righty, guys. If it's Tuesday, it's time for another 5 questions with right here on Left of Straight Podcast. With me in studio again, the amazing Sub Radio Band. We have them all kind of getting ready to go on tour. By the time you see this, they could be revving up that trailer already and getting the band and stuff ready to go. Guys, welcome back to Left of Straight Show. How you doing?
Hey, good. Doing great.
Fantastic. And if you missed it last week, be sure to check the link below. We'll have all the links of everywhere you can find their tour, their merch, their website. You guys ready to play little 5 questions?
Heck yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Question number 1. This is for all of you. I can all chime in together here. Which band member do you think would survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse, and what would their strategy be? Matt, who would survive a zombie apocalypse longest?
He's not here, so it's kind of sad. Definitely John. And
John is a survivalist, huh? I love that. All right. Let's go to question number 2. Go ahead. What's that?
I'm conflicted on this, but I think it's Mike or Kyle because they're the ones who know how to use all the stuff in the toolbox.
It's true.
And I don't at all. So I'm the first one out.
Between me and Kyle, I would say absolutely Kyle, because Kyle's way more careful than I am.
There you go.
So he's lasting longer than me.
That's true.
He can outrun him.
That's true.
I'm going to offer the counter argument to Mike's point, which is that he has more positivity in a situation. I would be approaching that from a very negative headspace, and I don't think that's helpful.
There you go. Hand me a microphone, I can be dangerous. Hand me a chainsaw, we're going to die. I love it. All right. Question number 2. We talked about your musical influences, a little bit about your music, your instruments that you play. If you could swap instruments and or singing with any member for one show, who would you want to switch places with, and what song would be your favorite in this new role?
Ooh.
Michael?
Ooh, that's a great question. If we had a bass player, I would say the bass. But because we don't tour with a bass player anymore, I would say Adam in the vocals.
Nice. What would be your favorite song to perform?
Yeah, good question. Probably 1990 something.
Fun
Yeah,
song.
there's a lot of clapping. I feel like that would be really fun.
It is a fun one.
Yeah,
Nice.
fun one to sing.
Well, that's really convenient because I would like to play drums. It's mostly because that feels the most out of reach and like foreign to me. I can play guitar and I can play keys, but I am hopeless at behind a drum kit. That's because no one's taught me how to do it. But it's rough. So to just like suddenly have the ability to do that would be extremely fun, I think.
Well, let's do it. Let's swap for a show.
And you look like you're having a good time.
What song does Michael rock out to on the drums you'd like to play when you played the drums for that?
I mean, you look like you're going the hardest during Everything I Had, which also is probably just because it's impossible to play and you have to play that hard.
I play very hard in that song, yeah.
Nice. Kyle, what about you? Who would you switch with?
I'm also stealing the drums. Something about hitting stuff. It's therapeutic, you know?
Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm going to have to do Room for You just because of the Tom stuff in the second verse. That's what we're doing.
Oh,
Nice. I like it. Matt, what about you, bud?
I'm hopeless on the drums, so the only thing I probably could do if I had to just be thrown on the stage would just be karaoke. So I would probably sing as well. But I think the drums would be fun if I could play it.
Let's have an all drum show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everything else.
All right. Well,
more drummers than Mike.
Michael, you are either the most needed person of the band or you're going to get killed in your sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to get replaced. Yeah.
It's going to go one way or the other. All right, guys. We've had this beautiful puppy going through here. So question number 3 kind of relates to that. If you had to choose a mascot to represent your band, what would your mascot be and how would it behave on tour?
If you're looking at her.
Yeah.
I think we've got a mascot in Wyatt, you know?
Oh yeah, we actually
That's
have
true.
a giant, wacky,
Yeah.
waving, inflatable, arm flailing tube man, and his name is Wyatt.
And honestly, it's a fitting mascot because
Yeah.
he's got no brain at all. But he's just having fun. And that's the
Endless
important
smiles.
part. Yeah.
I love that. Fantastic. All right. I asked Adam on his 5 questions, what 3 things would he like as a writer in your dressing room? I think it was Atari video games. I don't remember, to be honest. If you guys, when you guys are ready to go on this extended tour now for a month, what's one of your creature comforts from home you each have to bring with you? Matt?
Well, I would bring my pup if I could, but I can't bring her. So if I can't bring her, I need my Switch. We all play a good amount of Switch in the band, so that's probably one. I mean, I hate to be tech, but I love my laptop as well because I watch a lot of stuff in the van as well. That might be it, honestly. I don't really have a whole lot from home that I would need to take with me if I can't bring my dog. So my dog will be the other answer, and we'll just hope that we get a tour bus one day.
There you go. I like it. Kyle, what about you?
I'm bringing good headphones. Not
That's a good
AirPods, not earbuds, but
Good answer.
stuff that you can mix on and listen to critically. Because every time we're on the road, without fail,
listen to stuff.
we are getting something from somebody that's like, "Can you approve this? This is going to go on Spotify." Like, oh crap, I can't check it on AirPods. And the sound system in our van's named Rufus. Rufus's sound system is so bad,
So terrible.
Good choice. Smart choice. I like it. Adam?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Matt. I'm a very light traveler. So, the Switch is one of the few things I bring with me that's not my clothes. I bring a full-size crossword book that I will be seen doing in the green room or in the van or in the hotel. So that's probably my unique item.
I like it. Nerd alert, but kind of sweet. Very good. I like it. All righty. Now, Michael, what about you, bud?
Crossword language.
I have a workout bag that I bring with me everywhere. So I have like bands and straps, and I bring a kettlebell on tour, and so that's my kind of unique home item.
I like it. I hate you, but I like it. All right. I just need to know where the closest Dunkin' is. Was all I need to know.
I mean, same.
All right, and question number 5, guys. We talked a little bit about some of your influences in the interview, but you're going on tour now. You've hit the big times. Who is each of yours dream band to open for? Who do you want Sub Radio to open for? And what indie band are you seeing up and coming you'd like to see open for you? Adam?
Oh, fantastic questions. I think I'm probably stealing several people's answers by saying I think the dream opening slot for me is still the 1975 at this point in my life. I don't even know that we're that similar to them sonically, but they are just my favorite band, and so that's what I would say. It's become like less and less realistic that would happen the more that we put out music, and it sounds less and less like them. But still, Walk the Moon doesn't exist anymore, so it's got to be them. And as far as smaller acts that I would like to play with, I mean, I'll give another plug to our buddies in Moon Tower, who we did just tour with. They just did a whole run of 2 tours in a row opening for us. And they should be bigger than they are, and that is my personal opinion, but it's also objectively true. So I'll give a shout out to them.
Good shout out. Matt, what about you, bud?
He is right. He did kind of take one of my answers. But that's a great question. Walk the Moon doesn't exist, and the 1975 is pretty far away sonically. But yeah, I mean, that would also be a dream for me. So it's kind of hard not to say them. I mean, other bands that would be great. Well, actually, I've been listening to a lot of Chapel Roan recently. We would make no sense on the same bill as her, but that would be fun.
If you had asked me 6 months ago, it would have, up and coming artist would have been Chapel Roan. But it's not really
doesn't make sense anymore. Yeah. And as far as the other one, yeah, up and coming artists, Moon Tower is a good choice. We have another bud called Zach Benson, who's in Richmond, and it would be great at some point for him to open for us. I think we've talked to him about it, but it hasn't worked out. But he's an awesome artist. Everyone should listen to him, and his new album is great.
Very cool. Michael, what about you, bud?
Dream opening slot for me is pretty solidly 21 Pilots. Their shows are unbelievable. I've seen them 4 or 5 times. Their crowds are awesome too, the people that go to those shows. And I would just love to share a stage with them. Josh Dunn, the drummer, is a huge inspiration for me. So that would be legendary. And I think we would kind of fit. Like, we wouldn't not fit.
Wouldn't not.
Yeah, we wouldn't not fit. We're not exactly like them, but I think the vibes would be cool.
Depends on how much of Trench they play.
Right. Well, they're probably playing the new album, Clancy, which is excellent. By the way, everyone should listen to that album. That's an amazing album. As far as kind of up and coming groups, there's a band that we actually played with them already once. We opened for them. And they're called The Wildlife, and WLDLFE, and they just released an album, and it is outstanding. It is really, really good. And so at some point I would love to share a stage with them again.
Oh, I love that. I love all these great inspirations here. And Kyle, what about you, my friend?
Well, from a strictly business standpoint, if you want to max out your career, we open for Taylor Swift, and then Taylor Swift opens for us.
Nice.
Oh, you double dipped.
I like the plan myself.
That is smart.
Steal all of her
There
fans.
you go. Live the dream, dream to live. I like it. All right, guys, you made it through 5 questions. Be sure to check out our full interview. Matt, remind everyone where they can find you guys on social media, please.
They can find us at Sub Radio Band on every single platform.
And Adam, you guys are on this fantastic tour. Let them know where they can find your website and where they can get tickets for the tour.
Yeah, that is sub-radio.com/tour, and you'll see whatever shows we haven't played yet.
Fantastic. Guys, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for this, guys. Follow Sub Radio. You're going to be very happy you did on social media and listening to their amazing music. We'll be back next week because if it's Tuesday, it's time for 5 Questions With. Bye.
Thank you for listening to our bonus podcast, 5 Questions With. Be sure to look for us every Tuesday as we bring back some of your favorite guests from the previous week's interviews and some special best of 5 questions guests as well. If you haven't subscribed yet or hit the like button, tap those buttons now to help other people find Left of Straight podcasts. We appreciate you for listening and look for our interviews with your favorite LGBTQ and straight allies from entertainment, foodies, music, books, and advocacy. We'll see you next week, because if it's Tuesday, it's time for 5 Questions With.